Hello, family. This is your friend Kenesha. I am so excited to be back with you again on today. And with some requests, we're going to be talking again about struggling with your weight, episode number 2, the weight issue. Ay, 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 ay. Now, I used to be 300 pounds. Remember, we talked about that. And it's hard to believe, but I have evidence. Look at this cute little picture. Ah, look at your chubby baby face. That was back in 2010. And I wasn't at my top weight then, so I know what it's like. And so my thought is, think yourself thin. That's right. I said, think yourself thin. So I want you to watch me. We'll practice after. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, watch. I'm not thin. It's not what I mean. There's no closing of the eyes and shaking your head. That's not how this works. However, you can think yourself thin. So what do I mean by that? We're going to be coming from this wonderful book, Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. This is by Dr. Jesse Giddens. Excellent, excellent book. Came out in 2018. And I tell you, what you think about yourself at all times, but in particular when you're overweight, it is critical. Critical. That we're thinking the right things. So I'm going to go on page 21, and it says this. Our individual happiness, joy, and peace are connected to being able to conquer and control our thought life. We cannot control what comes to us or what happens in our life. However, we can control what we respond to or how we respond to those things, what we do with those things that happen, and how we think about them once they come to us. So if you're overweight, you're overweight. But there's something you can do. And trust me, I know what I'm talking about. You're not going to lose weight on the outside first unless you believe it on the inside. I'm going to say that again. You're not going to lose weight on the outside first unless you believe you can do it on the inside. So we have to control how we're thinking about ourselves. I know those thoughts of worthlessness. It's never going to happen. I might as well just be satisfied with being overweight. I know what that feels like. But you can do this. It also says, here's a scripture, it says Acts 26:2. I'm a woman of faith. You don't have to be to lose weight, obviously. It'll help you. I think myself happy, King Agrippa said, because I shall answer for myself this day. So he was thinking himself, and he became happy. And a critical point about our thoughts and thinking. It says, this is indicative of the fact, still on page 21, that we can choose how we think. So we don't choose to remain in this state of I'm fat, I'm overweight, I'm the biggest I've ever been, I'm never going to do it, I'm worthless, my husband left me, my wife left me. Listen, I've been through that too. So I know what it's like to be abandoned, to be left because of how you look. But you have to take control of your thoughts. That person walked out, that's their loss. But you have to pull yourself together. And if someone hasn't left out and you're just overweight, still pull your thoughts together. Because we can do this. I'm a living witness. It is possible. And yes, diet and exercise, and we'll get into that later, not today, but later, on a couple of more episodes. But I want to deal with your thinking, because all of the things that we see outside of us first started in our minds. Every creation started in our mind. Everyone that's lost weight, unless honestly they've been on drugs or sick with a disease, anyone that's lost weight intentionally, they changed their thinking. That's what got them to weight loss. And I want to read this. It says, this is indicative of the fact that we can choose how we think, which affects how we feel. Our thinking has a direct effect on our emotions. So we must control our thinking. So if we go around thinking that we're big, we're fat, we're overweight, we're never going to lose weight, then that brings on negative emotions. And guess what we do? We go and we eat. And we continue the cycle. We're going to stop this, and I'm in it with you, friends. I'm in it with you. But it starts with how you think about yourself. It says the scriptures go on to teach us that when we are filled with joy and happiness, critical, it actually brings health to our body. When we are filled with joy, joy is a choice. Happiness, we can choose it. So I encourage you today, it doesn't matter how big you are or not big you are. Change your thinking so you can change your life. And I'll come back on and give you some more practical steps. But this is the first step. Do you think you can do it? I think you can, and I believe in you. You are worth it. You hear me? You're worth it. And it's possible. I don't care how many times you've tried and failed. You're talking about you're looking at the master failure of weight. But guess what? I've got a secret for you. I might be the master failure, but my winning record is one above that. Do you hear that? And that's going to be your testimony. Hang in there, friends. You can do this. But I want you to think yourself thin. Because if you can think it, once I give you the practical steps, it'll be simple. But you have to think and know and believe. This is your friend. I'm in this with you. You can and you will lose weight. Love you bunches. God bless.